Three street-level heroes, one shared city. A timeline so packed with twists and betrayals that most fans can barely keep it straight. Today we're fixing that, because before the next MCU wave hits, you need the complete picture of Spider-Man, Daredevil, and the Punisher in chronological order. Buckle up. Class is in session. It starts with a 15-year-old kid from Queens. Peter Parker, brilliant, broke, and absolutely not ready for what's coming. Tony Stark didn't just hand Peter a suit. He handed a teenager the keys to a Ferrari and said, "Don't crash it." Spoiler, he crashed it. Meanwhile, in Hell's Kitchen, Matt Murdock is clawing his way up. Born in the mid-'80s to a boxer father, 9-year-old Matt saved a man from a chemical truck and got doused in the process, losing his sight permanently. But strip away his vision, and every other sense goes nuclear. Practicing law by day, he took to the streets at night in all black, beating criminals who preyed on his neighborhood. Rumors spread about the devil of Hell's Kitchen. Back to Peter. He joins the MCU in Civil War, a 15-year-old flown business class to Germany to punch Captain America in the face. Totally normal Tuesday. Then Homecoming arrives, and Peter's real story begins. He's juggling high school while trying to be more than the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. His villain, Adrian Toomes, turned to illegal arms dealing after Stark Industries pushed his salvage company out, repurposing Chitauri tech into high-powered weapons. Then the gut punch. Peter discovers the Vulture is his date's father, and Toomes figures out Peter is Spider-Man during the car ride to the Homecoming dance. Most uncomfortable car ride in MCU history. It ends with Peter learning no suit, no Avengers approval, and no accolades make him Spider-Man. He has to lose the Stark suit, survive alone, and stop Toomes in the homemade version. Back in Hell's Kitchen, Wilson Fisk, the Kingpin, begins consolidating the city's underworld into something far more dangerous than scattered crime. Daredevil and Fisk wage a weeks-long war for New York's soul, ending with Fisk behind bars. Round 1 to the devil. But Fisk treats prison like a temporary inconvenience. Then comes the moment that reshapes the street-level MCU entirely. Daredevil Season 2 introduces Frank Castle. Before the Punisher, he was a decorated Marine, a husband, a father. His family was killed at Central Park, caught in a gang crossfire at the Carousel, a family tradition, and one man turned grief into a personal war. Where Matt believed in justice through the legal system, Frank believed criminals needed permanent punishment. Their ideological clash became one of the defining arcs of the season, especially their iconic rooftop confrontation. Whose method do you actually agree with more? Daredevil's code against killing, or the Punisher's brutal all-in war on crime? Comment your answer below. Because this debate is about to get a lot more complicated. The Punisher Season 1 revealed the massacre was a targeted hit on Frank, orchestrated by his former superiors, including Major Schoonover, his commanding officer. Secretly operating as a drug trafficker, Frank escaped prison, faked his death, and killed Schoonover. The skull is painted. The war has no end date. Peter's story, meanwhile, is about to collapse. Mysterio tricks Peter into handing over Stark's most powerful technology, frames Spider-Man for murder, and blows his identity to the entire world. Then No Way Home does something extraordinary. It bridges these worlds in a single scene. Matt Murdock represents Peter and clears his name. Then a protester hurls a brick at the apartment window, and Matt catches it without blinking. The lawyer catches the brick. Peter's jaw drops. Two worlds, one moment. Desperate, Peter asks Dr. Strange to make the world forget his identity. The spell shatters the multiverse. Green Goblin, Dr. Octopus, Electro, 2 other Spider-Men, No Way Home. Ends with Strange's final spell, making everyone forget Peter Parker exists entirely while still remembering Spider-Man. Peter starts over, completely alone. That's not a superhero landing, that's a gut punch. And the street-level MCU enters its most dangerous chapter. Fisk becomes New York's mayor in Born Again. Season 2 sees his power spiral until he's offered exile over conviction, last seen on an unknown beach. Frank Castle's solo story continues in The Punisher. One last kill, picking up after Born Again, exploring Frank's attempt at a quiet life, which lasts approximately 45 seconds before someone makes a terrible mistake. A genius kid who lost everything protecting a world that doesn't remember his name. A blind lawyer who wages war on crime after a full day in court. A soldier turned skull-painted force of nature who won't stop until everyone responsible is in the ground. 3 heroes, 1 city. Now you're caught up. If this fired you up, smash that like button, subscribe for more MCU deep dives, and drop in the comments which of these 3 storylines hits hardest. The neighborhood needs you.